Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about the Tidy Up tool so that we can create components like the grid component you see on the screen. Let's jump into it. The Tidy Up tool is essentially the order layout feature, and that enables us to control an equal spacing between all of our selected elements. However, it doesn't group it together like an order layout, so just keep that in mind. The way that we activate Tidy Up is by selecting our elements, and we can go to our properties panel. At the top we have our alignment tools, and we can see the more options drop down, and there we have our tool Tidy Up with the shortcut Control Option T, but I would not recommend learning this shortcut because there's an easier way to do it. And we can also see the distribute vertical spacing and distribute horizontal spacing tools as well. So the difference between these three is that the Tidy Up tool just guesses which one you need based off the current configuration of your elements, whereas if you wanted to pick something more specific, you can go ahead and do that. So with these three squares selected, I'm going to select Tidy Up. And you can see that because it was already in the horizontal arrangement, essentially it's just given me the controls for horizontal spacing, which is currently at 31. You can go ahead and change that by using the input fields, and I just can type 16, or you can go on the icon and click drag left to right to control that as well. So you can also break the Tidy Up by breaking the spacing so that it's no longer equal. And then we can go ahead and create it a Tidy Up again. The shortcut to create the Tidy Up is also by hovering into your selection, and in the bottom right we can see an icon, which is the horizontal Tidy Up. And we can tell that the Tidy Up is active by looking at these properties fields, so we can see the horizontal spacing has popped up. And when we go to our more options field, the Tidy Up tool is grayed out. So as an example, if we have a vertical arrangement like this, when I select my three elements, we can see the vertical stacking Tidy Up tool. So now we can control the vertical spacing. And when we have something in a grid configuration like this, we can select all our elements, same thing, Tidy Up, but now it will form the grid configuration. And we can control the horizontal and vertical spacing separately. So you might be wondering, how does Figma know which configuration we needed to place it on? So essentially it's quite straightforward. When you have elements that are stacked on one another like this, Figma is going to think that you've created two rows and you have two columns essentially, which is why it thinks it is a grid. So when I click on that, it's now trying to create a grid. And another interesting thing to note is that in the Tidy Up tool, we can actually have a negative number, which indicates an overlapping of elements. So when we go look in our properties panel, we have -21 as the vertical spacing. So obviously, if it doesn't overlap, what we can do is, I would suggest actually just rearranging your shapes, just make it as close as possible to what you need. Then go ahead, select your elements, and we can reconfigure them in the horizontal configuration. Another thing to note is that the Tidy Up tool doesn't actually align your elements together, which is why the Tidy Up feature is part of these alignment tools. So we can go ahead and click on Align Top to just create that nice row. Now let's review the difference between the Tidy Up tool and the Auto Layout tool. So on the left, we have the Tidy Up tool, and essentially we want to make a grid of 4 squares in a 2x2 configuration. And we know the Tidy Up tool is activated because we can see the spacing in the properties panel, and also in the drop down, the Tidy Up tool is grayed out. So what are the cons of Tidy Up tool? The first con is that these elements are still individual elements, and the way that we can see that is in the X and Y fields. It says mixed, which is trying to read the X and Y value of all of the components separately, which is why it says mixed. And the easiest way we can deal with that is actually by grouping it. So we can just go right click, group selection. So before I do that, we can see in the X and Y properties panel, these values says mixed, but once I group the selection, it just acts as one component. And the benefit of using group selection with the tidy up tool is that we can retain the properties of the spacings. As you saw before, when I break the spacing of the tidy up elements, it removes the tidy up feature, which is not what we want. The main pro of using tidy up tool is the ability to control the spacing from both the horizontal and vertical axes, which enables us to create grids. And an additional benefit is we can use a negative spacing value, which just makes our elements overlap each other. Now looking at auto layout, the definite pros of auto layout is we have the frame properties. As you can see here, we have the drop down to control the size of the frame to a default size, and we have the clip content tool. And we understand that with the auto layout, it groups the components so they act as one element. As you can see here, we can see the X and Y value. Other features of auto layout is the direction, so we can control from vertical and horizontal direction. We can control the spacing, however, only in one direction. We have padding around our elements, and we have the alignment tools. So like I said before, it's not that one is better than the other, however, they have different purposes. And one of the downsides of using auto layout is that it's a single direction only, which means making grids requires multiple auto layouts. As you can see on the top, I essentially have an auto layout for each row. And to make it into a grid, what I essentially have to do is make it an auto layout again. So if we look in our layers panel, we can see we have an auto layout with two auto layouts with our squares inside, which is not the ideal way to make a grid. Also, another interesting thing to note is we can only use positive values in auto layout. So as an example, I'm going to our properties panel and it's currently at 24. If I just type in -10, for example, it will just default to 0 because it cannot use a negative value. So now I'm going to run through some additional features of using the tidy up tool. I'm going to demonstrate it with these 4 squares, and we know the tidy up tool is activated. Yet again, we can see the spacing property in our properties panel. So the first thing we note is we can see these pink icons, and when we select the spacing, we can see this pink line icon. If we click and drag it, we can control the spacing of our tidy up selection directly within the workspace. So you can see I've made it 40 here, and the properties panel has changed to reflect what I've done. And I can go to a different set of spacings and change it back to 24. Also, I can reorder my elements by selecting on the dot. And I know an element is selected by this pink outline, which you can't see on this red. Let me go to this gray one actually. You can see the pink outline and the circle is filled out, which means I can click and drag it and it just moves it to another location, reordering my selection, but it retains the spacing that I've set out before. It's quite easy to move your elements around. However, if you want to replace an element, so as an example, I want to make the red square at the end and the purple square to take its place. The way that we do that is we just hold the command key and we do the same thing. We just click and drag. And now we've essentially swapped their positions. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it back, holding down the command key. Other things you can do while an element is selected is you can actually change the size of your element. So I can drag it down and I can also make it wider. And we can see the tidy up feature is still intact. And what this teaches us is that using the tidy up tool doesn't necessarily need us to use elements of the same size. So I'm just going to go undo. We can also move multiple components at the same time. So to select 2 components or elements, sorry, we can select the blue one, for example. And if we want to select the red one, we can hold the command key. So now I have these 2 elements selected. We can see by this filled circle. And let's say I want to move them both to the end. Likewise, if I want to make a huge selection, we can select the purple, or let me just get out of this. I can select the purple dot and the gray dot holding the shift key, and it also selects the red dot. Another thing to note is when you are zoomed out a lot, you can't actually see the dot icon. So now when I try to select it, all it does is it removes my selection and reselects that single selection. So the tidy up feature doesn't necessarily work when you've zoomed out a lot. So yeah, just zoom back in and then we can see these symbols again. Now it enables me to move it. Yet again, I can do it with this grid configuration, and we can see the tidy up feature is activated because we can see the spacing properties. I can also replace in a grid configuration. However, it's a bit different because we can see this long line that spans this entire selection and these shorter lines. And essentially, all you have to know is that when you have a tidy up selection, you can't add additional rows, but you can add additional columns. So what I mean is if I move this yellow selection down, what it does is it creates another column. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, but we still have 2 rows. So I'm going to try create another row, and it just won't let me do that. Another thing is you can't use the shift tool. So for example, if I want to select these 5 and I click on the purple square and now I'm holding shift and clicking on the red square, it doesn't actually select the elements within, which is kind of interesting. Don't know why it does that, but it just does. I want to show you now what happens when the spacing cannot be equally distributed between your elements. So between the red and yellow, I have a 4. Yellow and gray, I have a 4. And gray and purple, I have a 3. So when you add 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 11 is a prime number, so I can't really divide 11 by 3. So what actually happens when you try to tidy up these elements? So with all these elements selected, it says the spacing is 4 and the tidy up tool is grayed out. So just note that potentially sometimes you might have a 1 pixel off spacing depending on your design. However, when I press the distribute horizontal spacing tool, it pushes the purple square 1 pixel to make them all 4. So just keep that in mind, that that might be something you might want to check because it's really annoying to have a 1 pixel off design and you find out at the very end. The final thing I want to demonstrate now is how to create this tidy up selection when you have different sized elements. So let me just copy these elements down and I'm just going to make 1 row. So the way that we do that is we just go add order layout and we push them all to the right. So now we're going to ungroup this order layout and let me just readjust these elements so that the big one is at the front. So we need to make 3 rows first. So you might be thinking, yep, I can just make 3 rows like this. And now it's time to make my tidy up. So I can select these 3. We can see this grid icon. And when I click it, it creates something like this. So essentially what it's trying to do is it's trying to use the biggest component or biggest element, sorry, to determine where the spacing is. And it's trying to prioritize this column spacing. So when I try moving the Earl Grey under the vanilla, it's now broken that spacing. So now my tidy up is not working anymore. So I'm going to re-tidy up. So now we can see these pink guides again. And you can see it's just not working. And you're like, why is that happening? It's kind of weird, right? So let me just go undo. We'll go back to this. So essentially what we need to tell Figma is in this configuration, we have 3 rows and we have columns. Doesn't matter how many columns we have because we can add them later. Essentially, we don't want Figma to think this is the important section. We want it to show that cards can stack and break this line. So the way that we do that is we just need to pull one component and just break it. So we just say we want to break that line. Pretty straightforward. So now the column is not that clear. Like where's the column? Like it can't go through this card. So once we've done like that and we use the tidy up tool, now the rows yet again is the primary. So now we can easily go ahead and configure our cards to whatever we want it to be. That looks good. And we can just make the spacing 8. And you can see how the horizontal spacing is all jagged, but that's all fine. They're still all equal. And we can make the vertical spacing 8 as well. And there we have it. Hopefully you've learned how to use the tidy up tool now, and you can create some awesome grids like this. That's all I want to say for now. I hope you all stay hydrated, take a break, rest your eyes, and I'll see you all next time.